Hello and welcome to this special webinar to introduce you to travel counsellors and all that we have to offer. I'm Tracy Parkinson and I am the General Manager for Travel Counsellors Australia, and over the next 30 minutes we're going to give you a real insight into what travel counsellors can offer and what it's like to be a travel counsellor. We're joined by travel counsellors from across the country and also from some of our directors over in the UK and key staff here in our head office in Melbourne. I'm joined by my colleague Karen.
Hi Tracy, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. As Tracy said, my name's Karen Murphy. I'm the Recruitment Executive for Travel Counsellors Australia. I really hope that you're going to enjoy what we've got to show you over the next 30 minutes. If you'd like to ask any questions during the show, please email me at webinar@travelcounsellors.com.au. Also, you can also call me on the mobile at 0400 090517. Without further ado, we'd like to introduce you to our Managing Director, Steve Byrne.
Hello everyone, and thank you for that introduction, Tracy and Karen. As they both explained, my name is Steve Byrne. I'm the Managing Director of Travel Counsellors. I just want to say a few words up front as part of the show. Firstly, thank you for tuning in and expressing an interest in finding out more about what life is like as a TC. And during the course of the show, we'll give you a very open insight and feel into that, and hopefully you can make a more informed decision about whether you want to take things further forward, and hope that you do. If you do decide to become a travel counsellor, you join a team of 1,300 travel counsellors globally. So we operate in 7 countries, and as well as 1,300 travel counsellors, we have nearly 300 salaried staff that support them across the globe. There are a few things that we believe make us different. One of the benefits of becoming a travel counsellor is clearly that you'll be able to work from home, but our business model is much more than that. If you decide to become a travel counsellor, you will share values with other travel counsellors, and one of the most important values that we've got is a commitment to do the right thing by the customer. And the travel counsellor's business model actually isn't so much about having agents working from home, even though we do, of course, enable and facilitate that. The business model is about providing fantastic service to customers, building relationships with them, creating the right holidays and corporate trips for them, and doing such a great job of looking after the customer and putting the customer first that the customer wants to come back to you and refer you to your family and friends. So what we are experts at, we've been doing it for 20 years, we turn over 550 million Australian dollars. We are experts in enabling our travel counsellors to build relationships with their customers, so that the customer, even though they can go and book themselves online, choose not to do so, they want to do business with their travel counsellor. So you'll share a common commitment to do the right thing by the customer. And in return, we give you a vast array of support and tools and technology to enable you to do that, to do the right thing by the customer. So for example, commercially, you'll have a choice of a range of product. You'll be able to use wholesalers or operators, but you'll also be empowered to create your own tailor-made itineraries using Phoenix, our dynamic packaging system. So you will decide what holiday is right for the customer. You'll decide where to source that product, but you'll be genuinely empowered to be able to go and source it through a third party or create the holiday yourself. And if you do that, if you do it yourself, you can generally earn significantly more margin for yourself than you would by going through an intermediary, and as well as getting a good price for your customer. That's just one of the many ways in which we will support you to have a lasting, viable and rewarding business. It's important, if you're in business, not just to come out with the fine words, for example, putting customers first, but actually to practice what you preach. So at Travel Counsellors, one of the ways that we practice what we preach is we offer 100% financial protection. So in the very unlikely event that a customer books something with you that they did not receive because a company ceased to trade financially, then if a customer books with Travel Counsellors, you're able to say to your customers that no matter what you book with me, if you don't receive what you've paid for, you will get your money back. And that is a 100% financial guarantee that we offer in every country that we operate in, and the same applies in Australia. You'll also join a family, bit of a corny word, but it's true, of 1,300 travel counsellors globally. So during the course of your career and life as a TC, it will be our hope and expectation that you'll make friendships that you would not otherwise have made with fellow travel counsellors in Australia, and we encourage that through the training and the conferences that we organise. And also you'll get to know and meet people in different parts of the globe, able to, for example, share knowledge with travel counsellors in 6 or 7 other countries. So we do believe we are different. You join a business that turns over 550 million Australian dollars, but only has one singular business model, and that is to take on great people like you, and enable you to build those relationships with your customers. We don't have shops, we don't have call centres, we don't have an online booking tool. We believe in professional agents, we believe in what they do, the value that they provide customers, and we have got a business model that's got a proven track record of enabling you to do that, to build those relationships and earn the margin that you deserve in so doing. Now, what we want to do during the course of the rest of the show is give you more of an insight into some of the tools that we provide, and I really hope you find the show useful. So that's it from me. I think we're now going to cut away to a short video talking to some other travel counsellors who have made the big step to become a TC. And we recognise it is a big step to move from salary to commission only, but as you'll hear from them, whilst it is a big step, it's a step that can obviously change your life for the better. And I hope that proves to be the case for you, and I hope to get to meet you very soon at a Travel Counsellors event. Thanks very much for listening, and enjoy the rest of the show.
I visited Australia, New Zealand, Tahiti, Peru, places that I dreamt about. They were work trips, they were business.
Free?
Yes, yeah.
I've always wanted to be my own boss, be in control.
This is my puppy Archie. We've had him for just over a month, and I couldn't have got him if I didn't work for Travel Counsellors because he's very demanding.
I've got a young family now. I'm never going to have to ask anyone, can I go to sports day, can I go to a school play?
Your earning potential is uncapped. It really just depends on how much you put into it.
I'm probably earning twice as much as I used to. There are travel counsellors who earn in excess of £100,000. It really is infinite.
I have a great work-life balance. I earn a great salary. There is the potential there for me to make more money. I always try and go the extra mile for my clients. Nothing is too much trouble. I'll always try and think of extra things to make things easier for them.
They have great support at head office, and the systems they offer you and the support are brilliant.
I don't think there's any company out there that gives the level of support that travel counsellors do.
It's like one big happy family.
The technology has to be second to none, and it is.
We have over 50 people working on all the aspects of IT, you know, the day-to-day help desk, the technology behind it, you know, building up Phoenix.
Yesterday I was on top of the world. I was #1 for the day. My husband was very sick at one point, and my travel counsellor friends just said, stay at the hospital, we'll look after your business.
Spending time with my husband, friends and family all the time, for me is more important than being chained to a desk. I like the life that I've got.
Thanks so much for that, Steve. I hope you enjoyed that video, Life as a Travel Counsellor. It really does showcase, obviously, our different messages from our travel counsellors throughout the 8 countries that we now operate in. Just wanted to, reiterate what Steve said. As recruiter for travel counsellors, I speak to lots of agents that are interested in our business model, and we do put a lot of effort and consideration into bringing the right people into our business. We have over 120 travel counsellors in Australia, and for our travel counsellors, this is a full-time commitment, so they don't work it in conjunction with another job. This is their full-time commitment to us as a business. And we're also really proud to say that as a business, our travel counsellors across the 8 countries on an average have a 70% repeat business rate, which is exceptionally fantastic, and we're really proud of that. So yeah, if you would like to find out more information, please don't hesitate to contact me at any time. So what we're going to do now is cross over to an interview with Andrew, and he's one of our travel counsellors here in Victoria, just with a story about how he's found working with us so far. Hi Andrew, thank you so much for coming on the show for us today.
That's okay.
Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So I guess what we wanted to do for our viewers is just to give them a little bit of an idea of a travel counsellor and what your sort of day's like and the reason, I guess, for why you chose travel counsellors. So you've been with us nearly 1.5 years now.
I know, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah,
it's great.
And so can you tell the viewers what it is that motivated you to go from, I guess, working in an agency to running your own business?
Yeah, well, I suppose in an agency with lots of long hours, lots of having to do so much work within a specific time frame, and lots of unappreciation from the people that you were working for.
Okay.
And really it reached a stage where it was work rather than actual enjoyment of being in the travel business.
Okay, fantastic. All right. And so being a travel agent for, what is it, over 15 years you were an agent?
Yes.
Okay. What were the major concerns, I guess, about making the move? Because it's not an easy step, is it?
No, it's not. I suppose one is the financial aspect, how much that will impact, because you're no longer earning a consistent wage over a fortnight or a month. It's based on what you bring in.
Absolutely.
And as well, you're not sure whether the client base that you may have built up as a consultant will follow you, or whether you're starting from scratch, which is almost what I did really, was start without anyone coming with me from where I'd worked previously.
Absolutely, very brave thing to do. So I know when we were talking a while back about obviously your interest in joining travel counsellors, one of the biggest things that you spoke to me about was how am I going to find that client base? The business development and the marketing is going to be really vital for the support that you need, because you've sold travel for over 15 years, you know everything travel related.
Yeah.
So how has that worked out for you? I mean, obviously now that you've been on board, how have you found the business development and the marketing?
Absolutely fantastic. At first I was a little bit worried, because the first month is always a hard month. Absolutely. Because you're starting up a brand new business. It's not just a new job, it's a career, and it's a business from scratch, so you're constantly worried about that first booking, and are you doing the right thing in terms of your marketing, are you doing the right things in terms of business development? And that's where I suppose being able to contact head office and speaking to everyone and getting the support of saying, look, you're doing the right thing. It's not going to happen instantaneous, especially without the client base. It's going to take a bit of time. Once that first booking or first 2 bookings come in, then it all starts rolling, and then the marketing and the business development increases and corresponds with the increase in the business they're bringing through.
So what are you doing in terms of marketing? How do you go out there and get the customers?
Well, some of it is pounding the pavement, and it's a hard thing to do, especially if you've never done it before, to sort of go into the local businesses and introduce yourself and explain to them what you're doing.
Yeah.
Part of it is speaking to your friends and family and telling them, explain to them that this is a career, this is a new business that you're setting up, and them booking their travel through you is the start of your business, and how important it is to you, and how much you need their help and the support to be able to do it.
Absolutely, and you've had some great successes. So obviously,
yes.
you've convinced a couple of people to book with you since you've joined.
Yes, definitely. Especially the in-laws, they're a good one to always convince.
Yeah, that's good. Wonderful with friends and family. So, in terms of, I guess, being having access to the technology, because of course, from a head office perspective, we do continuous marketing for you on a weekly basis, which obviously you can opt in or opt out to send to your customer base. But you have the facility to be able to market yourself if you see something that you want to do. So that's through the CRM system, which we call our contact center for people. And how do you find that? Is it an easy thing to use? I mean, how
it is. It's great because you have those templates that you can fill in yourselves. If there's pictures or you need some help with wording, the guys in head office are fantastic to actually help you steer in the right direction, make sure that your marketing is looking professional and that it is geared to the market that you want to try and attract. So if it's a retail flyer or a retail newsletter that you want to put forward, you can send the wording to head office, they'll proofread and say, well, how about we change these words around, and it looks fantastic. And I've received lots of compliments with the newsletters and hot offers that I've put together myself, but with the help of head office.
Fantastic. And so do you find that obviously using that technology has generated leads for you, bookings that have actually come in?
Definitely. It's the great thing about it is you don't know who really wants to travel until you actually contact them. And that's, I suppose, the biggest point, and that's something that's reinforced quite a lot with head office is it's making that initial contact. Unless you go out and make that contact through marketing, through your business development, your business won't grow.
Absolutely, that's it. As you said previously, you have to be a bit brave. You know, from the agency, the phone was ringing, people walking through the door.
Exactly.
It's a slightly different way of marketing.
It is. It is very much so. And that's something that you can sell to your clients, is that personalised service. You no longer have to worry if someone walks through the door, making eye contact with them so they don't walk out the door. Your time is your client's time, and you're able to personalise that towards them.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
That's all right.
I really appreciate it, and we wish you good luck. I know you're going on holiday tomorrow, so thanks very much for fitting us in.
That's okay. You're welcome.
Thank you, Andrew.
Okay, so thank you there to Andrew Denishansky and Karen, and a great insight into life as a travel counsellor at the beginning of your career. But one of the concerns that a lot of people have when considering this option is that you will be alone, you're working alone, you're going to be at home, and you're not going to have the colleagues at the side of you to ask the questions. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth with travel counsellors. With our technology, we make sure that everybody is connected at every single hour of the day. You will always have a head office member of staff there for you to answer any questions. Because we are global, we have over 300 head office staff around the world, and I can assure you that there is always one of our offices open, and the staff there are trained to deal with everybody around the world, so they would welcome your questions and are more than happy to help you out with anything that you have. We also have in Australia 24-hour emergency support. So if you do have a problem and you need to speak to one of the head office member of staffs here, we are available for you, and all of the information is on our intranet, readily available. We'd hate to think that you are sat there and you don't have that colleague. When I was working in the travel industry, you would always say, have you ever been here? What did you think of that? Well, that is still available, but the difference for you now is that you have over 1,300 colleagues worldwide. And we have a special system called our message boards, which we've developed to keep everybody around the world in touch. And it is quite an amazing system. I've seen the most bizarre questions asked on there, and somebody around the world will know the answer. So regardless of what your question is, whether it be, can anyone suggest a tour operator that goes to Iceland for Father Christmas excursions, or something a little bit more specific in, I've got customers that are celebrating a silver wedding anniversary, they want a really unique dining experience in Venice. Can anyone suggest something out of the ordinary? I guarantee that somebody out there would know the question to that, and the message boards really do keep you in touch with everybody, all of your colleagues worldwide. So they're exceptional. You will never ever be sat there alone. But if that's not enough, we also have regular training sessions, and we do that in a variety of ways. We will use our technology here at head office to record training sessions so that you have the ability to watch it at a time that is suitable for you. But we are firm believers in the face-to-face contact. So monthly we will go around the country delivering different training sessions. Now, whether that be product, this year we've done a lot of product training in cruising, river cruising, airlines, different things like that. It could be system training, so we work very closely with Travelport. We've done quite a lot of smart point training and our own in-house training as well. So we will always encourage you to come along, meet up with your colleagues and learn something from it as well. So we will encourage you. As I say, we do go around the country, so we're very often up in Brisbane, Sydney, here in Melbourne, Adelaide. We do travel to see you and get to know you. The other thing that we're very keen on is we do like to think as a global company. And we are very proud in the challenges that we put together. So a couple of times a year, we will do a global challenge. And what that consists of is we will put all of our travel counsellors into teams. And in each team, there will be travel counsellors from every single country that we operate in. And that team will compete against all the other teams in the challenge, with the winning team going on the most amazing trip. All completely paid for, but it's a fantastic way of meeting up with your colleagues from around the world. So this year we have 3 of our Australian travel counsellors going meeting up with their colleagues in their team to St. Lucia in the Caribbean, and they will be flying out on an all expenses trip to the Caribbean in October, where they will meet up with their friends. These people have become friends, and little things like one of our travel counsellors who has won the trip has been invited over to Ireland to stay with one of the Irish travel counsellors if she wants to extend her holiday. We have people that are friends with travel counsellors in South Africa, and the same has happened there. We very often get travel counsellors that will pop into our head office here with an Australian travel counsellor that are here on holiday from the Netherlands or the UK. So we really are a big community, and we do encourage those friendships, that you are never sat there alone. The other thing that we do is we are offered fam trips all the time. We are offered familiarisation trips with different wholesalers for you to go and experience the destination, and we are firm believers in that. But we will also work really closely with the companies to do our own solus fam trips. So we will get a group of travel counsellors and send them off on an amazing trip where they get to know each other and learn about the destination. So we encourage that, so that again you are building those relationships with your colleagues around Australia. But I think one of the most important things that we do, and we are really proud of it, is we celebrate your successes. And whatever your success is, we will be at the end of the phone or webcamming you to give you a big cheer and a big pat on the back. And a success is different for everybody. So whether that's you've made your first sale, we are absolutely delighted for you, and we will share that. If it's that you have just achieved $1 million in sales as a travel counsellor, we will be on the end of the phone cheering. It could be that you have saved up enough money to send your child to private school. We are there with you on every step of that journey. So we really do celebrate our travel counsellors' successes with them, but more importantly, your fellow travel counsellors will as well. So if we ever see an Australian travel counsellor on top of the leaderboard, that Australian travel counsellor will have messages from her or his fellow colleagues around the country saying well done, so pleased for you, and it is absolute genuine. Everybody is so happy for each other at Travel Counsellors. So if one of your concerns is that you are alone, that is absolutely nothing to be concerned about. And if you want to learn more about our systems and how they work, you just need to contact us and we can give you a demonstration on them. Or you could contact one of our travel counsellors as well to see how they find it. But I am very confident that you would never be sat there feeling lonely and thinking, what can I do now? I need advice on this, because advice is at the end of your fingertips. Just a simple question, or pick up the phone and you will get the question.
Thanks, Tracy, for that. It just does also showcase some additional advantages when considering our business model, or the message boards for mills. You know, one of the biggest things that travel counsellors do say to me at induction, once they've gone through the recruitment process, once they've been welcomed into our business, is the camaraderie and support of the fellow travel counsellors, which is sometimes a very huge surprise for agents that are joining us. Also just want to highlight, we've actually got nearly, I think, 30 travel counsellors that are all going on exclusive for mills towards the end of the year as part of our 20th year anniversary celebration. As a business, we'll be celebrating 20 years in the UK in a huge conference in Manchester, and what we've done is we've created some educational for mills throughout Europe, incorporating that conference, which again is a fully paid trips for our travel counsellors. So really exciting there. So what I'm going to do now is just introduce you to the next video, and this is an interview with Chris Jenkins. She joined us nearly 5 years ago now, and she talks a bit about Phoenix, which is our dynamic packaging system.
I'm now joined by Christine Jenkins, one of our travel counsellors from our hometown in Melbourne. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for coming in and chatting to us.
Pleasure.
Now, Chris, I just want to go through a little bit of your background. So you've been with us pretty much since the start.
6 years.
Yeah, and in that time you've built up a great business.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay, and one of your key attributes is that you have a fantastic margin, one of the highest in the whole of the world of travel counsellors, so a big well done on that. But is there anything in specific that helps you achieve a good margin?
Basically by using Phoenix as much as possible.
Yeah.
I prefer to use Phoenix rather than looking at other wholesalers for accommodation, transfers, etc. Because with the Phoenix we can book all that in there. We've got control over it. It's confidence that if I have a problem, I can pick up the phone and ring you, or I can pick up the phone and ring staff and go, you know, can you help me with this? Thankfully, the problems that may occur are very small, very minimal, but it just gives me confidence that I know that what I'm booking is something that we've contracted ourselves and something we have control over. I'm not picking up the phone and ringing another wholesaler to try and talk to a person I don't know to get my point across.
Okay, so Phoenix, for people that don't know, is what? How would you describe Phoenix to somebody in the industry?
It's our wholesaler. It's our system that we use to contract hotels in, and we have control over. We're not looking at third and fourth parties. I want to deal as close as I possible with Phoenix, the hotel, and us. I don't want third and fourth party members coming in having control over what I'm trying to do. So Phoenix for me is the best link that I have with an accommodation or a transfer that we can look after ourselves.
Okay, so now obviously Phoenix helps you earn more money, but what benefit does Phoenix give to your customer?
I think it's knowing that when I talk to them about Phoenix, I try and sell it in the fact that it is our direct contract. So we're not bringing in third and fourth parties. We're totally in control of their booking, and I do believe that gives them peace of mind, thinking, well, they're not going off and using random suppliers or wholesalers. It is something that they know, do themselves and trust. So they're looking after my benefits.
Okay, and how does it compare in price to using a wholesaler?
Look, I have found that usually the net prices can even be cheaper than what it is with another wholesaler. My gross price with my margin that I put on it quite often is still cheaper than another wholesaler.
Okay.
So with that gross price, you know, through another supplier we might only be making 12% or something like that, or 10%. I'm making a hell of a lot more than that. I'm earning more money, and it's a cheaper product for my clients.
Excellent. So customers happy because they're getting a competitive price, you're making more money, and I guess one of the other benefits of Phoenix is it is 24 hours.
Correct.
That you've always got somebody at the end of the phone if you've got a query,
Yep.
anything like that, because it is covered by our international offices
Correct,
as well.
yeah. And you know, like I've said, I have had a problem, minimal before. I picked up the phone. If they're not working here in Australia, quite often it's been intercepted by someone in Dubai. They've jumped onto it before the UK can even get to it. So there is a good worldwide chain that will help us out. And it is a lot of confidence. You send an email, someone comes back to you. Pick up the phone, someone will talk to you.
And product-wise then, because it is an international system used by travel counsellors around the world, do you generally find what you need within the system?
Yeah, I do. And if I don't, I send off a help desk request. You know, can we get this? But generally, there's a good varied product range in there for us, and I usually find everything I need in there.
Excellent.
So,
Yeah.
You know, I have email. I have sort of said, look, I've got a client that specifically wants this. Can we look at it? And it's been sourced and looked at, and sometimes even brought on board after that. So
excellent. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming
Pleasure.
in and joining us. And it just shows that Phoenix can make a massive difference. It is unique in the travel industry, and it is putting travel counsellors that one step ahead than everybody else out there. So thanks for joining us.
No worries.
And we
Thank
shall
you.
see you soon.
Thank you.
Right, so that's brought us to the end of today's show. I hope that you've enjoyed it and that it has answered some of your questions about what we can provide our travel counsellors both here in Australia and globally. If you would like to contact me, questions about anything on the show today or to find out more, please do. As I said, my name's Karen. If you could contact me on webinar@travelcounsellors.com.au or contact me on my mobile anytime, 0400 090 517. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.